Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are going to start another video walkthrough on passage 1. Okay, we have got an interesting topic, I guess. So, Caral, an ancient South American city. I have never heard about this. So let's get started. So I will mainly use Uzbek language so that others, watchers, viewers, and intermediate or pre-intermediate learners can understand what I'm talking about, right? So let's get started. Demak, bugungi tekstimiz odatda shu boshlanishi bir ko'ra olamiz. Caral demak ancient South American city. Demak history haqida ketar ekan, demak. This part, we don't need this part. Okay, let's dive into the questions. Questionlar demak bizga true false not given. Bu bizda IELTSdagi classic questionlar hisoblanadi. Har doim passage 1 da tushadigan savol hisoblanadi bular. Bular demak yaxshigina bilib olishing kerak, zo'r bilib olishing kerak bular. Hop, Caral was built at the same time as the construction of Egyptian pyramids. Demak, bir xil vaqtda qurilgan deyapti shunda. Hop, okay. Hop, the absence of pottery at the archaeological dig gave Shady a significant clue to the age of the site. Demak, Shady ism bitdi. The absence of pottery. Pottery bo'lmaganligi, absence yo'q-da. Absence yo'q. A significant clue deyapti bitta. Yaxshigina fikr berdi. Yaxshigina nima qanaqadir podskaska berdi qisqasini unga. Site age haqida. Ya'ni menga Shadyga. The stones used to build pyramid mayor came from a location far away. Demak, uzoqdan kelgan qisqasi. Bu yerda demak, uzoqdan kelgan bo'lsa, demak, stone'lari o'sha bizga javobimiz bo'ladi, right? The huge and complicated structures of pyramid mayor suggest that its construction requires an organized team of builders. Xo'p, huge complicated structures of demak, mana shu katta va complicated bo'lganligi nimani beryapti? Construction organized team of builders bo'lish kerakligini require qilgan demak, so'ragan shunaqa, okay? Archaeological evidence showed that the residents of Caral were highly skilled musicians. Demak, archaeological evidence ga qarasak, rezidentlari nima bo'lgan? Bizga highly skilled musicians, yaxshigina qo'shiqchi bo'lgan ekan bular, okay? Musicians, all right? And musician aynan necessarily qo'shiqchi emas, shunga o'xshagan. The remains of housing areas at Caral suggest that there were no class distinctions in residential areas. Demak, class distinction bo'lmagan ekan ularga va bu qayerdan chiqyapti? Housing arealarda qarab chiqsa shunaqa xulosa kelib chiqyapti ekan. Okay, King, so one word only. Demak, Caral as a trading center. Demak, trading center haqida ketsa, demak biz mana shu yerga kelamiz. Item discovered at Caral but not naturally occurring in the area. Topilgan, lekin u yerda aslida yo'q bo'lgan. The of a certain plant. Biror bir o'simlikning nimasidir. Something used to make jewelry. Demak, nimadir jewelry qilishga ishlatilgan. The remains of certain foods such as qanaqadir ovqatni turi bu. Bilmayman qanaqaligini. Okay. Let's o'qiymiz demak. Huge earth and rock mounds rise out of the desert of the Soup Valley near the coast of Peru in South America. These immense mounds appear simply to be part of the geographical landscape in this arid region squeezed between the Pacific Ocean and the Andes Mountains. Demak, ikkita narsa o'rtasida squeezed between degan yaxshi vocabulary hisoblanadi. Ikkita narsa o'rtasida qisilib qolgan degan ma'noni beradi. Good word. But looks deceived. Deceive menimcha aniq tiniq ko'rinmagan. Yashirinib turgan asosan. These are actually human-made pyramids. Odamlar yasagan qanunlar, piramidalar. Strong evidence indicates they are the remains of a city now called as Caral that flourished nearly 5,000 years ago. 5,000 yil oldin bo'lgan Caral city'niki ekan. If true, it would be the oldest known urban center. In the Americas and among the most ancient in the world. Dunyo bo'yicha eng ancientlardan bittasi ekan. Lekin mana yerda bizga pyramidslar bilan birga berganman. Xo'p, at the same time as the construction of pyramids in the Egyptian pyramids. Egyptian pyramids haqida gap yo'q deb bizda menimcha. Menimcha bunga agar mana shuni chiqargan bo'lsa, bu not given bo'ladi. Not given, okay? Right, let's continue. Research undertaken by Peruvian archaeologist Ruth Shady suggests that the 150-acre complex of pyramids plazas, residential buildings, what a thriving metropolis. Thriving metropolis degani yaxshigina nima gullab yashnayotgan nima shahar deb aytadi metropolis, all right? Katta shahar bo'lgan asosan. When Egypt's great pyramids were still being built. Ha, to'xtanglar. Bu yerda javob bor ekan. Caral was built at the same time as the construction of the Egyptian pyramids. Xo'p, Egyptian piramidlar qurilgan vaqtda o'sha vaqtda Caral build qilingan. Yo'q, u yerda o'sha Caral nima gullab yashnab yotgan edi deyapti. Suggests that the complex pyramids, plazas and residential buildings was a thriving metropolis. O'sha katta shahar o'sha qurib bo'lgan. Egyptda Great piramidlari endi qurilayotgan vaqtda. Okay, demak bu degani false ga to'g'ri keladi menimcha. That's false, guys, okay? Xo'p, demak davom etamiz. Though discovered in 1905, for years Caral attracted little attention. Largely because archaeologists believe the structures were fairly recent. Demak buni arkeologlar yaqinda paydo bo'lgan, yaqinda qurilgan deb o'ylagan. Ya'ni fairly recent degani unaqa 5000 yil oldin emasda. But the monumental scale of the pyramids had long interested Shady, who began excavations at the site in 1996, about 22 kilometers from the coast and 190 kilometers north of Peru's capital city of Lima. Bu qayerda boshlanganligini tushuntiradi. Koreya haqida biz umuman gap yo'q, hali bunga kelganimiz yo'q demak. Hop, trading center ham emas. Bu haqda hali ham gap yo'q. Demak, davom etamiz. Keyingi paragraf. Bitta paragrafdan bitta hozir bizga bir chiqdi xolos. Okay, let's continue. Hop, Shady and her crew. Shady lady ekan. Crew bu bizga nima beradi? Demak, a'zolar, okay? Jamoa a'zolar. Searched for broken remains of the pots and containers that most such sites contain. Pottery izlagan bilaman. Pottery kelyapti endi bizga. 2 ga keldik, guys, okay? Gave Shady significant clue to the age. Okay. Not finding any only made her more excited. Qisqasi topolmagan ekan. Pottery izlagan, lekin topolmagan. It meant Caral could be what archaeologists term pre-ceramic. Demak, mana shu narsa nima arkeologistlar aytishi bo'yicha pre-ceramic degan davrga olib borgan. Ya'ni Caral undan oldin ceramikadan oldin, ceramika degan o'sha nima sopoldan qurilgan narsadan oldin bo'lgan. That is existing before they advanced in the area of pot firing techniques. Pot firing texniklaridan oldin paydo bo'lgan ekan. Demak, bu age-ga rostdan clue beryapti. Sheri's team undertook the task of excavating pyramid mayor, the largest of the pyramids. Eng kattasi. Demak, mayor kelyapti. Hozir mana bunga bizga true desak bo'ladi menimcha. Okay, nimaga deganda pottery, ya'ni pots and containers yo'qligi o'sha Sheriga qanaqadir podskazka berdi age bo'yicha va uni aytish bo'yicha o'sha bu ceramikdan oldin pot firing texniklaridan oldin demak Caral paydo bo'lgan degan ma'no beradi. Ya'ni ancha qadimiy shahar. Hop, demak King Stones ekan, uzoqdan olib kelingan. Hop, excavating the largest of the pyramids after carefully clearing away many hundreds of years worth of rubble and sand. Rubble bu toshni beradi, sand qum. They identified staircases, walls covered with remnants of colored plaster. Remnants demak colored plaster. Mana shular cover qilingan ekan. And brickwork. Brickwork g'ishtdan qilingan. In the foundation, they found the remains of glass-like reeds woven into bags. Qisqasi, demak bag, sumkalarga to'qilgan degan ma'noni berilgan. Glass-like reeds, I don't know what it is. The original workers, she summarized, must have filled these bags with stones from a nearby quarry and laid them atop one another inside retaining walls, gradually giving rise to the pyramid's immense structure. Demak, qayerda olib kelingan desa, nearby quarry. Quarry o'sha tosh ko'miladigan joy. Shaxtaga to'g'ri keladi adashmasam. Shunaqa. The stones used to build the pyramid mayor came from a location far away. Far away emas, nearby bo'lyapti. Demak, tabiiy hol false bo'lishi ehtimoli bor bitta, okay? Katta ehtimol false. This must be false, guys, okay? Hop, keng structure society. Demak, mayorda demak huge complex structure ni nimani beryapti? Organized team of builders ishlagan bo'lishi kerak deyapti bitta. Xo'p, Sherry had samples of the reed subjected to radiocarbon dating. Demak, radiocarbon datingga demak ular nima qilgan? Mana shu reedlarni ko'rib chiqqan. Nimadir radiocarbon datingga qachon paydo bo'lgan o'shani o'rganishgan. And found that the reeds were 4,600 years old. Demak, radiocarbon dating degan texnika bor, o'sha qachon paydo bo'lganini, qachon yoshini aniqlashda ishlatiladi arkeologik narsalarda. This evidence indicated that Caral was in fact more than 1,000 years older than what had previously been thought to be the oldest urban center in the Americas. Demak, o'sha ancha 1000 yilga adashgan ekan, qisqasi olimlar bitta hozir shunaqa deyapti, okay? Bitta boshqa gapimiz yo'q. Davom etamiz. What amazed archaeologists was not just the age, but the complexity and scope of Caral. Mana keldik, the huge and complex structures. Pyramid, I don't know how to pronounce this. Mayor alone covers an area nearly the size of 4 football fields and is 18 meters tall. Demek 18 metr baland va 10 ta stadionni joyini olar ekan. U ancha katta u. A 9 meter wide staircase, 9 metrlik nima? Eniga 9 metrlik staircase degan zinalar rises from a circular plaza at the foot of the pyramid. Piramidni boshdan boshlab ko'tarilgan tepagacha. Passing over 3 terraced levels until it reaches the top. Va shu zo'r kompleks qurilgan ekan. Thousands of manual laborers will have been needed to build such a project, not counting the many architects, craftsmen, and managers. Sherry's team found the remains of a large amphitheater containing almost 700 musical instruments, right? Made of bird and deer bones. Hop, qaranglar. Organization haqida menimcha bir gap topmadim men. Suggests that its construction required an organized team of builders. Ko'p odam kerak bo'lishi haqida yozgan, lekin aynan organized bo'lish kerakmi yo'qmi desa, yo'q. Bu haqida menimcha ma'lumot yo'q. Shunda bizga not given bo'ladi. Okay, not given. Archaeological evidence showed that the residents of Caral were highly skilled musicians. Skilled mi yo'qmi? Qani ko'ramiz. All right, so clearly music played an important role in Caral society. Ancha played a role. Around the perimeter of Caral are a series of smaller mounds and various buildings. These indicate a hierarchy of living arrangements. Hierarchy of living arrangement degani, ya'ni boshliqlar alohida, qolganlar alohida degan ma'no beradi. Large, well-kept rooms atop pyramids for the elite, mana elitega berilgan narsa. Ground level quarters for craftsmen. Craftsmen demak kulolchilarga berilgan. And shabbier outlying dwellings for workers. Shunaqa demak qilgan. Xo'p, shunda bizga 5imiz the remains of housing area at Caral suggests that were no class distinction. Biz class distinction bo'lgan. Shunda bu false bo'ladi, guys, okay? False. And then bunga qaraymiz. Archaeological evidence shows that the residents of Caral were highly skilled musicians. Endi music play role qilgan, music yaxshi rol qilgan, lekin uni musicianlar, residentlar highly skilled bo'lganmi yo'qmi? Xo'p, menimcha bu haqda ma'lumot yo'q, guys. Okay, it's not given. For me it's not given, right? Not given olgan bo'ladi. Nimaga deganda chunki ular highly skilled mi yo'qmi? Bu haqda ma'lumot yo'q. Demak, false, true, false, not given, false bo'lyapti bizda. Bizda hozir bitta true, qolgan 3 ta false bo'ldi. Noodatiy holat. Lekin davom etamiz biz. Mana true gapiman. Caral was built the same side at the same time as the construction of Egyptian pyramids. Bir sal o'ylantiryapti. Qolganda muammo yo'q, bitta bir sal ikkilantiryapti. Xo'p, birda oxirida yana bir ko'ramiz. Okay, davom etamiz endi. Endi pastga trading center bo'yicha degan narsani ko'rib ketamiz. But why Caral had been built in the first place? Her excavations convinced Sherry that Caral once served as a trading center for the region, which extends from the river Shady of the Amazon to the south forest of the Andes. Antog'largacha cho'zilib ketgan yaxshina katta joy bo'lgan ekan. Trading center bo'lgan ekan asosan. Unga ko'pchilik joydan kelgan ekan. Shady found evidence of a rainforest environment. Rainforest environment yaxshi joy, demak, mana shunaqa environment bo'lganligini biladi. O'sha haqida dalil bor, including seeds of the cocoa bush and necklace of shell, neither of which was native to the immediate Caral area. Okay, qani ko'ramiz demak. Certain plant, demak plant degani kakaoga to'g'ri keladi bizga. Shunda nimani seedsini topgan ekan kakoni. Mana shu javobimiz mana shu bo'ladi bizga, okay? Xo'p, demak seeds bo'lyapti bizga. Seeds, all right? Used to make jewelry. Jewelry bo'lish uchun nima ishlatilgan? Qani? Necklace of shell. Hop, jewelry necklace bo'ladi. Shell bizga ishlatilgan bo'ladi. Shell to'g'ri javobimiz bo'ladi, okay? Shell mana. All right, shell. Shell bu chiqanoqda beradi desam. The rest of certain food such as food kerak endi bizga. The environment gave rise to people who did not take part in the production of food. Demak, production of food bo'lmagan qilsa, allowing them to become priests and planners. Shunaqa bo'lgan ular, builders and designers. That occupational specialization elemental to an urban society emerged. Okay, mana shunaqa odamlar kelib chiqqan. Lekin bizda production of food such as food yo'q ekan-ku bizga. The remains of certain food such as Hop, no, food haqida aynan ma'lumot yo'q demak. Qani davom etaveraychi, balki bu yerda chiqar. But what sustained such a trading center? Nima buni bilardi? Mana shunaqa katta trading center ushlab turdi. Ular na ovqat ishlab chiqarish bo'lgan, na boshqasi bo'lgan. Ular aslida priests, planners yoki bo'lsam nima bo'lgan? Builders, designers bo'lgan ekan. And drew travelers to it. Was it food? Foodmi deyapti. Shady and her team found the bones of small edible fish. Demak mana remains degani o'sha bones beradi. Bizga demak javobimiz fish bo'ladi. Okay, clues to farming around Caral. Demak farming haqida ketyapti. Still existence in today indicate water diverted from rivers. Diverted. Demak water qayerdan kelgan? Riverlardan kelgan degan narsani berar ekan nima? Hali ham bor bo'lishi kerak ekan u narsa. We don't know nimaligini hozir ko'ramiz. No evidence that was wrong. Nimadir o'stirilganligiga bir dalil yo'q. We don't know, okay? Ha, eshitib ko'ramiz, o'qib ko'ramiz, okay? So, which must have come from the Pacific coast to the west in the excavations. But then also found evidence of squash, sweet potatoes, and beans having been grown locally. Okay, locally o'stirilgan ekan. Bular javob bera olmaydi chunki bu yerda not naturally degan narsa bor. Bular locally o'stirilgan. Shady theorized that Caral's early farmers diverted the areas of rivers into canals. Kanallarga nima qilgan ekan? Divert qilgan ekan, burgan. Which still cross the Soup Valley today to irrigate their fields. Like canals. Canals still existence today indicate that canals. Okay, canals. There was grown the most their field, but because she found no trace of maize, maize and trace zero, which can be traded or stored and used in times of crop failure. She concluded that Caral's trade leverage was not based on stockpiling food supplies. Demak, qisqasi uni foydasi qisqasi o'sha o'simlikdan kelmaganda. Shuning uchun u maizni bir anosini topa olmagan. Maize bu makkani berish kerak desa, makka johori bo'lish kerak. Ana bilmam. Makka johorini beradi bizga. Xo'p, evidence of relationship with fishing communities. Okay. Ular bilan o'rtasidagi demak aloqalar. The excavation findings and fishing nets found on the coast suggest that. Demak, biz ikkita narsa, excavation finding and fishing nets. Fishing net, mashkalasi bo'lishi kerak. Caral farmers traded. Nima trade qilgan? Nima olib sotgan? Dried squash may have been used to aid nimaga yordam bergan? Of fishing nets. Fishing netlar nimasigadir yordam bergan ekan? Qarmoqqa masalan, shu mumkin. It was evidence of another crop in the excavation that gave Shady the best clue to Caral's success. In nearly every excavation building, the excavated building there, her team discovered evidence of cotton, seeds, fibers, textiles. Okay, o'shani bir nimasini topdi? Evidence topdi. Okay, ya'ni dalil. Her theory fell into place. Yani uni theorysi o'sha joyiga tushdi. Ya'ni topdi demoqchi. Endi bunday qarang. Theorysi zo'r chiqdi. When a large fishing net made of those fiberlardan yasalgan. Dried squash may have been used to aid. No. Unearthed in an unrelated dig on Peru's coast. O'shadan topilgan. Qisasi nima? Made of those fibers. Fibers degani qisasi mana u paxtadan qilingan, tolalardan qilingan fishing net topilgan. Qayerda? Peruning coastida unrelated. Nima aloqasi yo'q bularga. Turned out to be as old as Caral. Caraldan topilgandek bir xil. The farmers of Caral grew the cotton that the fishermen needed to make their nets. Net yasagan ekan. Sherry speculates, nice bo'yicha. And the fishermen gave them shellfish. Shellfish berishgan qisqasi ular, fishermenlar. And dried fish in exchange for these nets. Mashlarga exchange qilish uchun. Shunda findings found that found on the coast suggests that Caral farmers traded cotton. Demak, qaranglar nima bo'lgan? Cottonni bergan ular, Caraldagi farmerlar va uni o'rniga o'sha coastdagi ular fishermenlar esa Caraldagi odamlarga shellfish bilan dried fish bergan. Shunda bizga javobimiz, bizga cotton bo'lar javobimiz, okay? Cottonni trade qilgan ular, okay? Cotton ulardan chiqibdi, farmerga ular. Hop, endi dried squash may have been used to aid fishing net. Fishing net endi nima qilgan? Hop, in a sense, the people of Caral enabled fishermen to work with larger and more effective nets. Yaxshi, nima bilan enable qilgan ekan? Nimaga? Which made the resources of the sea more readily available. Okay. And the fishermen probably used dried squash grown by the Caral people as flotation devices for their nets. Demak, flotation devices. Device degani bu biror narsani yengillashtirib berishdagi ma'no kelyapti, ya'ni uskuna. Nima uchun ishlatgan desa, o'sha netga flotation qilish uchun degani. Flotation qilish uchun ishlatgan ekan. Xo'p, bo'ldi, mana shular javoblarimiz bizga. Demak, bizda false, true, false, not given, false. Mana birni ko'ramiz, menimcha birinchisi false bo'ladi aniq. O'sha tayyor, o'sha qurib bo'lingan. Okay, bu yerda muammo yo'q. Hop, keyingisi seeds, shell, fish, canals, maize, cotton, flotation. Menimcha qolmadi. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I hope you have learned something new. So I'll see you in the next video walkthrough. Bye-bye, guys.